March 21st, 2022, 11:17 p.m. Uh, Reporting from Atlanta, Georgia.
We are blazing our own trails from the depths within the darkness. We are telling our own tales from the blessed. It's our catharsis. Windy and wispy, swirling and snowy, hail so stony, septic and moldy, walking so slowly, seeing so blurry, starving and moody, death follows closely, children of only, vision to be free, sail the North Sea, so green and foamy, in the old trees, standing so boldly, gather the holy, never be lonely. We are raising our sails on the winds that blow the farthest. We are weighing on the scales all our sins before the harvest. Windy and wispy, swirling and snowy, hail so stony, septic and moldy, walking so slowly, seeing so blurry, starving and moody, death follows closely, children of only, vision to be free, sail the North Sea, so green and foamy, in the old trees, standing so boldly, gather the holy, never be lonely.
How appropriate for the moment That's what I've been doing, gathering the holy. That's what many of us have been doing. Wow. So, guys, I've been trying to share with you guys the importance of the next few days, and it's becoming more apparent with all kinds of things and connections to you guys that obviously have magnetized to my channel, or I've been magnetized to your channels, or who you guys are. You don't even have to have a channel, right? Magnetized through channeling. I just realized that we're magnetizing through channeling, through portals. If you really want to get technical, because this is a portal. This is a portal, absolutely. This is a portal because it's live. I'm live portal something. Energy, thoughts, words, spells, whatever you want to call it. This is a form of channeling, portal. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that the reason of all my every make of being on this platform is like coming more clear to me every day. And the reason why I've been fighting for humanity and my attacks the last 24 hours. That's why nobody's on here. I'm 6 minutes into my video and I can play a video. I could play a video for 20 minutes. And this platform is not going to tell anybody that I'm live because this is how it goes. They know who we are. Like I told you, they know who we are. Like I deep down know who I am. Just like a lot of you guys know who you are. And it's so significant. The things that I'm going through, the spiritual warfare of the last 24 hours on me personally has been so grueling. I'm still going through it. So I decided to come out here and fight the beast on different levels. First, my acknowledgement of how important, and like I told you guys in my last video last night, how important it is that we're all up here. I mean, how important it is that we've all connected. The magnificent factor of the connections is just unbelievable. Second, the things that happened in our lives that got us to this point. Third, being things that I'm being shown. Okay, I'm being shown orbs lately, and these things are communicating. And I'm going to tell you this. I was just watching another video from another channel. And this guy had a wicked orb come up in his video. Hold on. Right when he was talking about missiles and Russia. So you want to know how I know? That was a sign from the other side. That was a sign from the other side confirming things. Okay? No doubt. This orb was, this guy's orb in his video was of rainbow nature, twinkly. I'm going to show it to you. Just give me Okay, well, isn't that special? It's named the yeah. So let me find it. Okay, so I just seen this earlier. I was watching his video because this guy is going through the same emotions as me right now. And it's, this is a spiritual warfare we're going on right now. It was happening. Just keep bearing with me. Spiritual warfare on all levels. Marfugel's live right now. I'm sure, I'm not trying to compete with anybody. People that watch my videos will watch my videos. I don't have to be live. All right. So it goes in. I see it was at the 40 mark. I'm going to have to listen to what he's talking about. So hold on.
Because when all you guys send super chats through YouTube, they take a huge portion of it. Why am I supporting them? And she's like, because how many times, about what percent of your audience, this is a conversation we had today, and she doesn't understand social media at all, but apparently she does, and maybe she's been listening over the years. But she said, what percent of the audience that you watch on YouTube is new, or that watch you on YouTube is new? And I'm like, I don't know, about 30% is what it seems. We have 70% retention on reoccurring viewers and about 30% are new. And what's really weird is that our shadow ban may be over because we've actually been found a lot on YouTube homepages.
I go for him. Okay, all right, they're attacking me right the fuck now. I'm starting to get microwaved. It's something to do with these windows. So right now in my bedroom, I have this foam up against there with aluminum foil facing the damn outside. Because see, this is why I felt it coming on my stream last night, and here it goes. That was not on me. The spiritual warfare is so heavy on me right now. I cannot even believe it. I hope I make it alive out of my house. Something's not good. All right. Hey, Brian, I'm mainly on here because of you. If you noticed my title. I am so friggin' flippin'. I'm flippin', dude. Flippin'. I'm just flipping on the date, okay? I'm flipping on the 24th, okay? If you want to be factual, you want to know about it. Yeah, so I'm flipping on everything. I'm trying to process things. Okay? Let me make sure. Let me just find this part in his video here. Because this guy was on here earlier, and an orb came up as he was talking about the missiles in Russia.
Are you demonetizing yourself when it does come back? And I'm like, because it's principle. Because when all you guys send super chats through YouTube, they take a huge portion of it. Why am I supporting them? And she's like, because how many times, about what percent of your audience, this is a conversation we had today, and she doesn't understand social media at all, but apparently she does, and maybe she's been listening over the years. But
oh boy, okay. What gets me is this guy's shirt, number one. He's wearing a fucking 322. To me, that means skull and bones, or I'm just deciphering. Not that he chose this shirt, but this shirt is designed with a pyramid, and it looks to be a skull and bones to me, like the Nazis used. And then the lightning bolt, like the Nazis used the SS. The lightning bolt right through the fucking head, right? That's kind of alarming to me. That his shirt was like, like, I'm not sure how to take that. I don't even know. I know he's military, but I don't even know what this shirt means. The chosen few. That's what it said. Yeah. So what really flipped me out is like he's going through the struggles. I've seen it. He already did what I would try to do in my beginning of my channel. For this channel was another website, and I was streaming all my videos and stuff on my on my website. And I was trying to make other videos, and it's cost a lot. I dumped so much money into my website that I didn't do shit with because I was battling over here and trying to collect and getting attacked on every freaking level. I mean, you guys want to know how bad I'm attacked? The laptop that I used just in the last 2 weeks just got taken out, if you really want to know. Yeah, I just bought that laptop for my daughter for Christmas. And I told her I haven't used any other computers because my other computers will get taken out. Then I'm out of a computer for schooling. They're out of computer for schooling. And because I got so attacked and all this shit's been pouring down on me so heavily lately, I decided to use it. And I didn't think, I was like, well, guys, if it gets taken out next, then you'll know that what I'm saying is right. And here it is. 2 weeks later, it's out. Done. Brand new as of December. So, okay. So this guy right here, yeah, the chosen few. Yeah. This is hard. It's hard to process, Brian. I'm getting a lot of it, okay? Hold on, I'm getting erupted. Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to take a breather. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to get through this. this guy, like I said, there's a lot going on, right? What this has to line up with the 24th, 23rd thing, 24th now, right? This is really this is all manifesting, guys. Everything that we're seeing, and like I told you, the magnificent part of us all being connected, and why there's something really more to it. And I'm being shown. I'm being shown. You guys are being shown. That's what I'm saying. Like there's something. And yeah, we have these negative dark forces been working against us. It's like they are being possessed almost to go after us, or just to be like, I don't know, like I call them drone like. I call them drones because that's not truly who they are. It's like they're a possession, a plasma possession. So I call it plasma possessed, sun possessed on some level of not goodness. Okay, so this guy is. I might have to play it a little because I know it's at the 40-ish mark, I think, and I know where he's talking. And this, when he's talking about the Russians, this gem of square material flies through the screen and is rainbow. I haven't seen a rainbow in a large one like this in anybody's videos. And it just is so crazy what he's talking about. And as he says missiles, that's when it comes up because I backed it up. I know.
Well, remember that 7 kids killed when they launched an attack on an NGO because he was apparently going to be delivering, bottles of water, but that they suspected were not bottles of water, but bombs, briefcase bombs. And nobody is going to be held accountable for that. Nobody has. They released, I believe the investigation's over. Nobody is going to be held accountable for the fact that they literally killed kids. I don't care. That's our own government. So how can we critique anybody? And you literally have people shooting at Border Patrol agents on our own border. You got people smuggling drugs in left and right every single day. Why do we care so much about what's happening overseas? Oh, that's right. War and money and oil. That's why we care.
Oh gosh, did you see the bottom of his shirt? Oh my gosh, that just 1970. It says 1969, 1970 on the bottom of his shirt. I just seen it.
You have Jen Psaki getting up in front of the American public saying, oh, well, there's 9,000 unused oil leases and blah, 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 and they could start doing that, and that would have an immediate effect. The fuck it would. And no one fact checks her and says, hey, guess what? Those oil leases, they have to go through tons and tons of regulations, years of regulations just to be able to enact on those oil leases. But, I mean, who cares? Who cares? You know what I mean? Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares about the truth. It's just misinformation. Fox News is spewing this misinformation daily. I can't even listen to them anymore. I can't. Who do you listen to? You can't listen to CNN. It's all fake. You can't read anything. The only people you can listen to are the independent people like me, who then just get demonetized and kicked off social media and all that stuff all the time. My wife made a good point. She's like, if you keep getting demonetized from YouTube, why are you demonetizing yourself when it does come back? And I'm like, it's principle. Because when all you guys send super chats through YouTube, they take a huge portion of it. Why am I supporting them? And she's like, because how many times, about what percent of your audience, this is a conversation we had today, and she doesn't understand social media at all, but apparently she does. And maybe she's been listening over the years. But she said, what percent of the audience that you watch on YouTube is new, or that watch you on YouTube is new? And I'm like, I don't know, about 30% is what it seems. We have 70% retention on reoccurring viewers and about 30% are new. And what's really weird is that our shadow ban may be over because we've actually been found a lot on YouTube homepages on the YouTube homepage for a while. Someone said, start a website and stream on the website. Are you kidding? We do that. It's called Citizen Stringer TV. But we also still we wouldn't have Citizen Stringer TV if it wasn't for all the people that watch on social media. They all migrated from social media over there. That's the way they do it all the time. But we'll have to wait and see. Someone said there's a huge difference between the Biden killing people and Putin killing people. What the fuck is the difference? Because we don't even know. Here's the thing. We don't even know if Putin's actually doing it. We don't even know. They're showing missile strikes that are going through. Russia is saying no. That's the surface-to-air missiles that were issued.
Holy shit! I just seen it. Okay, I'm not sure if that's the same one. Holy shit! This is a different part of the video. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm trying to breathe. Sorry, I'm having like lots of emotions, right? Okay, lots. This is really, if you only knew, I know some of you do know. Absolutely. Okay, hey Debbie, I forgot to address you, but thank you for being here. You're part of it. I know it. All right. It's just, and Brian knows too. That's how this is so magnificent. It's like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. This is really happening. Like, this is like unbelievable. Like, what's happening and falling into places and being shown. Yeah, I'm gonna be okay. It's just like the breathing, because I'm being shown, like I said, the puzzle pieces keep fitting together, keep being shown, and it's like I gotta breathe. Okay, so here's his video. You just seen that as he says missiles. I'm gonna play this back low. He says missiles, and this thing comes shooting from the right. The one I thought I seen was shooting from his arm up left, and it was rainbow. This one's white, so this is not even the one that I seen originally. I don't think so.
They're showing missile strikes that are going through. Russia saying no. That's the surface-to-air missiles that were green screen pretending the fuck is I've ever seen, where it's just so much misinformation, like Ukraine. Don't you?
All right, hold on, guys. All right, now I gotta go. You did see the orb, right? I hope. Okay, so that orb, I've got to watch it at regular speed because now I didn't take the timestamp. Okay, sorry.
That Russia is doing is misinformation, and Russia is doing the same thing.
Nope, it was right here where he says missile.
Biggest misinformation war, I think, well, that I've ever seen, where it's just so much misinformation. Like, Ukraine and the United States is saying, well, this shit Russia is doing is misinformation, and Russia is doing the same thing. Don't you realize that Ukraine's prime minister, or whatever the fuck he is, Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, just banned adversarial political parties, 11 political parties that are Russia sympathetic or something.
All right, that's way too far. And I don't really care about any of this because it's a dog and pony show.
They're showing missile strikes that are going through. Russia is saying no. That's the surface-to-air missiles that were.
Did you see that? This thing, it floats so fast. Did you see it? I seen that, but this isn't the one I seen. Did anybody see that? I can see these things. It's I have a trained eye for it, I guess. At this point, I think I do, because I can see them instantly in somebody's video, and it's just so crazy because it happens so fast. Did any of you guys see that? Because I could slow it down, but even at the slow mo, it's hard. You see it, but I think I need to do it right at the I'll do it not so slow like this, because I don't think it's hard for many people to see. Here we go.
What the fuck is the difference? Because we don't even know. Here's the thing: we don't even know if Putin's actually doing it. We don't even know. They're showing missile strikes that are going through. Russia is saying no. That's the surface-to-air missiles that were.
It happened so fast. Now there's another one. I thought it came from the left. Now I'm not going to do my research now, but I'm going to tell you. See, when he said missiles, there is an entity that shot out. Okay, that is real. I don't know what to tell you guys, but that is a sign they are talking to us. The other side is confirming what he says. Missiles. I'm telling you guys what I just showed you on Steve Fletcher 222's channel, what he's saying. I have information from other people that I've shared with you, like Brian Knight's channel, what he's saying. And I'm showing you guys what I'm saying. Now, all these pieces are coming together. I just had an entity confirm to me in my car, in my rental car on Saturday, that what was in that box was making me sick, because an orb came to me in my video live on StreamYard, and as I said, I don't know if it's this box, if it's the smell in this car, or the box. And as I said, the box, an orb shot it to me. So, and this is not my first instance of this stuff. This has been going on for quite some time. All right, I have this stuff happening all the time in my life. And it's getting so ramped up in the last 6 months, especially since August, that yeah, this is happening. What's up, Kim Ray? Yeah, so you've noticed those orbs in other people's videos. Okay, there's something up. Those orbs in people's videos, I've been talking about this on my channel, my other channel, and this channel for months now, because those orbs were appearing in people's videos for about a month and a half, and then they went away. And I was like, wow, what happened to all the orbs? I noticed. This is the first one that I've seen in a while. And look what it's saying. Missiles. I'm not joking, guys. I am not joking. What was in my box, and that box is very evil, all right? Because I inherited those objects in that box, and I'm trying to get rid of that box. And that box has to do with evil shit, to do with swords of Nazis and their pins and armbands and shit like that, and Charles Manson letter, a one of a kind Charles Manson letter. On Charles Manson letterhead. That's what's in that box. That box made me sick as I drove with it to try to get rid of it. And then it confirmed itself with an orb that said, yes, that was the box that's making you sick. Boom, orb. Missiles. In his video. I've seen many people's videos like this in the last couple months. And it's really intriguing to me of who they're showing themselves to in these orb videos too. It's just like, interesting. So when we get to, and then we get into demons in people's videos, then we get into angels in people's videos, like Brian Knight, that I've told you guys, I've showed you his work. I've told you guys to go to his channel. Okay. I've been magnetized to certain people for certain reasons. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I know that, and many of you guys do too. So that's why I keep coming on here. The law of humility, the seventh law of karma. You want to know how I know this is so true too? I try to tell you guys about this law of karma, law of the third one, and being humility. I know you can't see it. Hold on. The law of humility. That was our moon of March 16th, 2022. The orb, the red orbs, the hue, those orbs I just showed you guys at the moon. Last night and the night before, I'm trying to tell you guys this stuff. Like, what's up with this? It's being shown to all of us, okay? Okay, so law of humility. How do I know that? I've been telling you guys, Gina Marie Colvin Hill. She's getting attacked by everybody lately, and just this last week or so, it's like all these people are scrapping now, and I'm like, whoa, what happened to love? What happened to the good vibe tribe? Oh, whoa, well, listen, I get it. Some people make money on this platform and some people don't. That's just the way it is. You might have been locked in. If you were locked in early in the game, maybe, okay? All of us ones coming at the last minute. Oh, they're like, oh, those are the 8. Oh, we've been waiting for them. Okay. So, listen. You can't be mad at other channels. I'm talking to these other channels for not trying to share your work out there, okay? I don't blame them one bit because they've been getting by until things started changing on them too, and they've had to be tightening up and guidelines and playing by the rules and maintaining everything too, okay? So I'm not trying to, you can't go, oh, well, other channels are not showing our shit. Well, hey, they have to stick in the paradigm, and if they start doing that, then guess what happens? Yeah, the spider web. Okay, so we got to understand what we're working with. So people got to stop being so hateful against other people for not sharing. Like I say, sharing is caring, but when it comes to being monetized and people that are monetized and still trying to make it on here, they're trying to do the best that they can. So, okay, let's go back. So all the hate, it needs to go because we're all one. We're all one. Got to keep remembering that. That's what they don't want us. They don't want us to know that we're all one. Remember the division, that's part of the game. So the thing is that Gina Marie Colvin Hill, she made a video today and somebody's attacking her of something, some drama, and she just like pushing it to the side, and she brings up the law of humility. I'm not joking. Confirmation. I seen her video of the moon that looked like to be the cross. A cross. Circles. Cross. Moon. Yes. So this guy's seeing missiles, and we see that those orbs. Okay. I'm just going to show this. I believe there's something definitely up with this moon business and the law of humility, because like I said, let me make sure you guys you're not seeing the screen yet. Hold on. This moon business is wicked. And here it is. And in 1 second. Okay, there. That's what I'm talking about. And this one, you can see that there's all these. There's more than just the cross. There's 4, and there's 4 more. That means 8, which is mind blowing. Okay, for me, I connect that to the infinity sign. I also connect that to what I seen in the sky. Mr. MBB 333 was showing is that there was chemtrails being blazed out west, I think in California, and it looked like the snake eating its tail. I'm not joking. I have this on my playlist because I'm going to show you it right now. Hold on. So let's just go over these things because this is all happening so fast. Now these things are happening such at a fast pace now. Like, holy shit. So she made this video of really right here, but she does mention the law of humility, and I'm not sure where. And I would have to watch. But this is where she mentioned it. So we'll go over here to my playlist, Skywatch list. Since YouTube, I have full strikes on 2 of my channels, and this is the only little what list right here right now I could save stuff to recently, which is perfect. It was just meant to be Skywatchers, Sky videos, right? Okay, now I was telling you guys last night, like, hey, inversion, like Brian's videos. This inversion thing, okay, is very real. You take your videos or your photographs and you take them and you put them in inversion mode, right? So this guy against the grain was like, let me show you how they hide objects in the sky. Great video. It's just proving to me, if you guys want to watch it, it's called Against the Grain. It's a channel, and it's on my Skywatch list here. I'm not going to play it, but the fact of the matter is, yeah, the cover-up and deception is Very real, and it's evident all day long. Put things through inversion mode. Okay. I try to tell you guys, like, hey, something's up. We've got mindless zombies running around. Something's up with something's up with these people. They're being plasma possessed, but now I'm showing you the death towers. I'm showing you the towers of death. The B system, okay? The B system and the frequencies. It's everything. And it affects the animals, it affects the birds. It's affecting my own dog. In my house, in the last 2 hours, I recorded it, but I'm not putting it up here. It's just my own personal recordings for my research, just to prove so in the future, I'm like, yeah, see, she's whining nonstop, and I turned on my phone to upload some videos and check emails from my bed because I have been feeling like the attacks last night were happening to me as I was streaming. I was getting stabbed in the back by something. I was literally hot. My hotness has went away for a few minutes, like the microwave feeling. It was intense when I first started getting on here a little while ago. However, they have been attacking me since my stream last night. Last night was the most miserable night I think I've ever experienced in a long time. I mean, I don't even know. It might have been my most, I don't even know. It's close to being one of my most miserable nights in my life. I felt like. And that's saying something, guys. That's saying something. I was so trapped in my vessel. And I was like, all I could do is lay there because there's nothing I can do. I just know it. I'm like trapped and I'm being like fucking attacked. And I'm fighting off a migraine from hell. And I feel like I'm getting microwaved. And then it starts moving down to my heart. And I made a video yesterday that I just published a few hours ago on this channel. And I was showing you these death towers in the skies and the sun. And I'm showing you a green car that I rented. I didn't pick it. My soon-to-be ex-husband picked it out. And they were like, you're getting a green car. I was like, I don't care. It's going to be a car. It's green. Something hit me the other night that green is a green heart. That's your heart chakra. And I have charts to show that. I try to explain to my daughter that's the green. The green is your heart. That's your heart chakra. So, what did they do to me last night? Guess what they did? They fucking microwave. They're hitting me in the heart with their fucking invisible weapons. So, it's been the most wicked day. It's been wicked since I stopped my stream last night. And if you see when I was streaming last night, you guys, and a lot of you know what I'm talking about. You guys are following what I'm trying to project out here and try to connect the dots with all you and say, this is my reality and this is yours too. So like, let's look at it as a big picture, right? Yeah.
What a world.
Tells you that they're going to kill you. Doesn't happen that way. So your murderers come with smiles. They come as your friends, and they always seem to come at a time when you're at your weakest and most in need of their help.
These are the legs of a tiny army of robots. So small, they are dwarfed by a single-celled paramecium. 50 years of development in microelectronics have given us a fantastic array of tiny computer systems. But that is only half the puzzle. A robot also needs to move. And now, researchers have created a brand new type of actuator which can do it. giving the tiny brains some brawn. Up until now, making moving parts at the micron scale has proven tricky. Conventional designs often don't function very well when they're that small, while others work that rely on mechanisms like magnetism, which can't be easily integrated into existing electronic systems. But the new design, called a surface electrochemical actuator, can be fabricated using similar processes to those used to produce microchips. That means the tiny legs can be added directly to the devices that control them. To make the legs, a 7 nanometer thick sheet of platinum is coated on one side with an inactive material like graphene. The legs are then patterned using a technique called lithography, and the excess material is removed. In order to work, the legs need to be in water, but the concept is relatively simple. When a current is passed through the platinum, charged water particles are attracted to the uncoated surface. The force of these particles binding to the metal creates stress on one side of the sheet, and that is what makes it bend. By reinforcing sections of the sheet, the bending can be controlled more specifically, and voila, a tiny robot leg. The robots are equipped with 2 minuscule solar cells. By shining a laser on each one, researchers can create the voltage which activates the front or back legs. These new actuators allow the tiny circuit to move, and because they are created using the same well-understood manufacturing processes as semiconductor electronics, their production can be easily scaled, making millions of tiny robots at the same time. Swarms of robots so small that they can be injected through a hypodermic syringe, and collected using a pipette. New actuators based on these designs could be combined with more complex devices to carry out a whole range of more sophisticated tasks.
The RNA vaccine. With RNA and DNA, instead of putting that shaping, you put instructions in the code to make that shape. So this is urgent, and it's going to require incredible collaboration. It's going to have to go to 7 billion people.
We need to strive with purpose towards creating the world we would like to see emerging. Let's focus on how we can implement these bold goals, how we can come together across sectors and industries to make this transition a reality.
The very idea of human being some sort of natural concept is really going to change.
Our bodies will be so high-tech, we won't be able to really distinguish between what's natural and what's artificial.
Inside our own heads is the most complex arrangement of matter in the known universe.
You might ask yourself, can we get to be superhumans?
We're now in the early stages of the 4th industrial revolution, which is bringing together digital, physical, and biological systems.
One of the features of this 4th industrial revolution is that it doesn't change what we are doing, but it changes us.
With the ability to visualize brain activity, for example, through a simple consumer-based EEG device, it gives us access to ourselves in ways that we've never before thought possible. It unlocks the black box that is the brain and enables us to really, truly be able to realize an identity that is aspirational. One of the things that I think is so essential to free and open societies is freedom of thought. And up until now, the conversation we've been having is around freedom of speech. Once we can access people's thoughts and access people's emotions, we have to create a space that enables people to think freely, to think divergent thoughts, to think creative thoughts. And in a society where people fear having those thoughts, the likelihood of being able to enjoy progress is significantly diminished.
It's this ability of digital technology to change outcomes, to truly empower people all over the world that can create a more equitable growth, because I think the world needs that.
Fourth industrial revolution has the potential to make inequalities visible and to make them less acceptable in the future, and hopefully to gather and garner political support to take the necessary decision to reduce the gap.
The main question is, what will be the future of work? How will we define work? How will we share the wealth?
Humans have always been using tools, but because of the recent advances in technology, we're beginning to have machines that can augment us in all sorts of interesting ways.
The technology exists, but how do we get it and implement it at the scale we need at a price that people around the world can afford?
So this is urgent, and it's going to require incredible collaboration. It's going to have to go to 7 billion people.
We're fighting to preserve our fragile climate from irreversible damage and devastation of unthinkable proportions.
Around the actual manor house, there are 5,500 acres of land, which we look after. Now today, we're blessed. We have this incredible property. We have a collection of 25,000 works of art, and we care passionately about climate change.
Oh boy, my blood boils when I watch this. Okay. Oh boy, I can't say anything because I can't. I'm censored, right? Yeah, mouth shut. That's why the new symbol of tyranny is the symbol of my channel here on a lot of my videos on the thumbnail, if you know what I mean and all.
And how does that reflect itself? Well, we built this building 12 years ago, and we convene here and talk about these issues. Thing with Oxford University, with Bill Clinton and David Attenborough, to talk about climate change. But the problem, I'm afraid, gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and harder to deal with. I mean, if you take, it reminds me a little bit of the problems with Corona. How can we invest our resources to good effect to help with climate change? Our dream is, if you look across this building to the building on the other side, that one day that will become a center of, say, agricultural technology, ag tech, and of venture capital, which will help with climate change. So this place, we hope, will become a center.
And that's what really floored me about this video. I had no idea. I had no idea Rothschilds were Jewish roots. Holy shit. That really friggin' put the hammer down on my world of like connecting things. Like things are starting to be more apparent. Like the way that I never thought the world was. Like in the last so many years, like people throwing out this direction, and I was like, what? I had no idea. And then they want to bring this old, and look what they're saying about this drag dresser, whatever, S&M dressers, Lewis, whatever his name is. It's a dog and pony show of Ukraine. I don't even care. Okay? I've seen enough. It's just so disgusting. And okay, what's blowing my mind is like what's taking place right now. And I just played in that video is Steve Fletcher. And there's more of this video. Steve Fletcher 222.
For those activities, and let me be frank, we've come to that conclusion, helped us by the evidence that's been mounting over the last decades. The phenomenal change that's come about in the last 2-3 years is there probably isn't a child over the age of 6 that isn't deeply concerned about climate change.
And in a way, Corona has slightly, I'm afraid, eclipsed the importance of this conversation. No one's saying Corona isn't incredibly devastating, but actually we do need to think long-term about the planet.
Yeah, and it's a distraction, but more than a distraction, it's a tragedy, but it does have that knock-on effect.
It's so interesting hearing about the historical context of the family, because of course our interest in climate change goes back many hundreds of years.
We set up a new world order after World War II. We're now in a different world than
We're in such a world of shit. We are such a world of shit. Oh gosh. Yeah, he's no lord, I know, right? Self-proclaimed egomaniac. And their day's coming. Like I said, I don't have to do nothing. Like I said, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Whatever I'm doing is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the beautiful thing. And that's what you guys got to know. Whatever you're doing, that's your path. Don't let anybody sway and tell you, because yep, I just showed you at the beginning of that video. Right at the beginning of the video, that should tell you everything. These right here.
Tells you that they're going to kill you.
They're going to kill you no matter what. So they're going to sway you, and they've tried to sway us our whole lives, and that's why we are the way we are, because we never took the bait, and they tried so hard. Maybe we've swam around the edges, but we never went in and took their bait. You know, it was like, whoa, no, get me away from this. And they constantly are coming to kill you, and to initiate you, or a lot of people being initiated and they don't even know it. And I believe that we're all going through initiation right now. I am also. And I just watched a video on it, unfortunately, but this is an initiation period that Jeff Snyder was talking about. I think it was in his video last night. In other videos, it was, oh, let's go there, because he's one on my list. He's one of these that's like Brian, me, you. I've got a bunch of people on this list. Debbie, because he made those videos, and that YouTube never gave me a notification that his video, he had any more videos. So I went and watched him last night when I got off. Because I tried, and until I was just getting so attacked. It was the most miserable night for me in so long. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is something's big on the rise, and I know that for a fact. And so does, I think, Brian Knight in my chat room, and many of you guys. That we've been trying to show you guys things, and things are lining up. Steve Fletcher 222's on it too. There's something major happening, and that's why I felt this energy. I think it's been now almost 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. It was 2 Saturdays ago, or 3 Saturdays ago, that I felt the influx of this new wave of energy. So it was 3 Saturdays ago, which would have made it the 5th, March 5th. So just of 2022. I'm just putting it out there because I like to do my timeline so I can talk about it. And I know I talked about it. I can go back and say, okay, because a timestamp says something, boom, boom, boom. Because, a lot happens if you don't do that. That's why I put all my videos are in Faraday cages and all my hard drives. That way, everything I've recorded is that way. Okay. I'm trying to take a deep breath. I hope I'm making sense, guys. I'm trying to get there. So I don't know of where I'm being led right now to do the show. I'm getting there. So the full spectrum. Oh my gosh. Both these videos are very good. Okay. This one's really
So they're in that last video that I made only after making it. Did I read it and realize it has this word in it right here? And this word in it right here.
Okay, now I got to be careful about this. So I'm going to let him talk. And then at the end of this video is where those chemtrails that I'm telling you that he's pointing out, that's in Mr. MBB 333's video in the last few days, that he's showing they were blazing an infinity sign, but it looks like a snake eating its tail. I'm not joking. So back to what I was saying, I showed you something with that 8, and I brought this back, something to earlier in my video. So connecting it back to what I said, I forget, but it has to do with that 8 infinity symbol. And how do I know that? I know that for a fact, guys, because I can't talk about it on here. Okay, that's how I know it's for a fact, and I've only been able to tell a few people, and only a few people to get this. Just know, when my brother died, I wrote my name, because there was like people that say, you know, hey, we love you, we've been here. And so after I pulled the plug after 3 hours and left the room, I took his book, Tiger, Tiger, that was being read to him while he was in his comatose state for a week, and I had a bunch of healing rocks in his hand, and I wrote down on a piece of paper, like a note card, an infinity sign. I put an infinity sign, and I put Nikki, my nickname. Nicole's my name. Nikki is my nickname for my family. So yeah, so there you go. This is so real for me in so many ways.
And it was created May 4th, 2016. So all you have to do is Google Fox News and the first part of that sentence.
I left out something there. Let me tell you the reason why that's so significant. Because after he died, his I'm gonna call it baby mama to his unborn son. She asked me, did you write? Who wrote that? Was that you that wrote the infinity sign? And I said, yeah. And then she was just floored. And if you guys know the light lord that's connected to me, then you would understand everything I'm talking about and trying to share with you guys is everything to do with that infinity sign. Absolutely. And I've been told by the 1111 code channel that I'm a number 8, according to my birthday, my everything, my birthday, year, date, month. Yeah.
And you'll have her. And it gives you varying results in the search engine. Like I got a different result the second time when I searched it the first with this new phone that doesn't even have an algorithm built in yet, really. But this matters more than ever now. But before I trail off, I truly didn't even notice. And this was the beginning of a sequence of events in my life. And to look at that, it's like, what, was it all fake? My whole experience that led me to my come to Jesus moment, seeing this video, was all faked? And if you Google it, that's what you'll find. There's a lot of different articles out there saying it was manipulated. They use the word hoax and fake in this. So my experience wasn't fake, but the results weren't fake. But what if it was clowns in action? And we know that that's who those guys are. And this is from the most recent Three Ring Circus. And if you look closely, you can see that they are made out of plywood in a very specific shape, but they are simply holding wooden dowels. And then you have this guy over here with the colors that you normally associate with this kind of activity, possibly for hypnotic effect. Look closely, they're wooden. They're not even made out of metal. Pieces of wood. Plywood. You can especially see it right here. The depth of the plywood is like a 1/4 inch thick the whole way along. A real pop stick doesn't look like that. Same thing with the top ridge where it's reflecting light. You can see the width of it is equal the whole distance along where it reflects light up here. It's not shadow or lighting that make it, well, you just can't see any definition to it because of the lighting or the shadow. No, that's a freaking piece of wood. And you can see even on the corners where the paint's rubbing off.
And I'm like, is this for real? I'm like, dude, is this like, they're just like, this is a photo op for a movie? And they know, this is on Total Fox News. And I'm like, Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse, guys. When I tell you about the stormtroopers, and I told you about the stormtroopers, I can't believe it. This is where the stormtroopers in my life have been shown through his videos last night. It gets really crazy. Yeah, those silly Ukrainians. Boy, this is beyond that. It's silly Americans. What are you talking about, silly Ukrainians? Silly Americans watching Fox fucking News still and CNN, Communist News Network. What is wrong with people? Yeah. And then when I point out that what's wrong with these skies and what's going on here, and they're looking at it too, like something's up. Why isn't this on the news? And I'm trying to explain to them who the criminals are. Hello, stupid Americans too. Come on.
Again, equal distance on the width of it, on this edge right here, where the light hits it in such a way that you can see the depth of it, 1/4 inch even the whole way. Likewise back here. That is a 1/4 inch wide piece of plywood. Likewise with this guy, and he's had a lot more of his paint rub off. You see? They are jerking you around. And they are doing very good job. And you imbecilic Americans fall for it every time. Boris and Natasha is all it took to fool you. You silly American. So, back to the original image. Zoom back out a little bit here so you can see Boris and Boris. We'll even get their graphics in the top there. 'Cause it's all
Okay, this is so staged. It's like everything's a stage. Okay, the people that get on their stage every morning, the hip hip hooray, whatever garbage they're shoving down America's throat for the day, scripted with the coffee and all the products that for you guys to buy, keeping your minds and let them profit off of. This is why everything's a stage. I don't even know. That's why I don't cover any of this shit. That's why I wasn't covering no trucker thing at trucker convoy in Canada. It was a psyop. It was a setup against their own people. I wasn't going to incriminate people. No. But I would incriminate all the protesters that were Soros funded. Hell yeah. Yeah, I did. Absolutely. All day long on this channel. Hours and hours of my time that could have been spent with my children, but I took one for the team for humanity, and I recorded all the criminals tearing apart our cities under T-Man's regime. Yeah, and I voted for that. My God, it makes me want to puke, man. It makes me want to puke. Okay, so yeah. So anybody watching this garbage, hey, I'm no better. I'm just saying that I stepped out of the mind control, okay? I started seeing the light. The black and white. I used to be nose deep into Fox News. Absolutely. Loud and proud. I was loud and proud. Oh my God. I watched it all. Oh my God. It was sickening. Since for a good 10 years at least. Not nose deep. Okay, so yeah, and I learned that everything's a stage, and they're all on the same damn team of Baphomet. Horns of the same bull.
Oh, got the Fox seal of approval with the hypnotic graphics in the background and their logo right there. So someone took this picture and sent it to me via text message. And keep in mind, in my last video, I showed you stormtroopers in a crashed Star Wars spaceship on the side of the road that's being broadcast in the Small Hut country on their news channel. So now the normie's going to tell you, well, this was training. It says the Ukrainians civilians take up arms, but that was training. You see, you got the official guy right here with the colors, and these guys are just still in training. This is posing for a photo if I've ever seen it. But that is what the normie will tell you, that they're training. Well, how long do you train? If these guys are like lives in jeopardy, you don't start training with pieces of wood. And the normie will explain this away. And 99.9999999% of normies will never see that. They will go away with the idea that what they just saw in that image was the real hardware pop sticks. And those guys, see what I'm saying? None of them will ever see it. And if anyone by chance like you or me brings it to their attention, they would explain it away and say that was training and someone just snapped a photo and maybe they did pose, but it's still, that's an official guy training some new civilians to do the thing. But really, they won't even take into consideration that theatrics are being mixed in and we're watching thespians, clowns in action, in another three-ring circus. And the fog of conflict is a feature, not a side effect. In fact, 99% of warfare is psychological operations. And remember how I covered recently that the video game Arma 3, in a video that I titled Clowns in Action Spooked 6 Countries in 10 Months with One Video Game. And here you see the USA Today, the fact check viral clip shows Arma 3 video game, not war between Russia and Ukraine. And they declare this as false. They fact checked it as false. And they say, yeah, we declared it false. That just shows video games, not the actual war. Well, what do you mean? That was the claim. The claim is a video shows war between Russia and Ukraine. No, the claim that you would be fact-checking is the conspiracy theory that it shows a video game and not the war, or that it shows the war. And in the big headline, they say that they're fact-checking the conspiracy theory that it shows a video game and not the war. In small print, what they're fact-checking is the claim. Here's the small print. Here's the terms and conditions you did not read, normie. So normie goes, no, I saw USA Today debunk that. They fact check it. It's false. No, dude, this is really just a fucking video game, not really war between. No, USA Today debunked it, and they declared it false. And in the double speak, take you to the bottom. So most people, it's been proven through, advertising agencies and whatnot, they only remember the first thing and the last thing that they saw and heard in a commercial or whatever. So as we scroll clear down to the bottom, our rating, false. See, they debunked it. It's been false. Based on our research, we rate false the claim that the video shows war between Russia and Ukraine. And in fact, the video shows footage from Arma 3, a military-style video game. Russia had not been invaded Ukraine yet. And if you go just a couple lines above that, they tell you that it's been used in September 2001. Indian fact-checking organization Boom debunked footage that claimed to show a Pakistani Air Force attack 4 months earlier. The agency France Presse debunked a video that claimed to show the conflict between Israel and Hamas. In both cases, the clips originated from Arma 3. Right here, they're telling you the latest one also originated from, the fact shows that, in fact, the video shows footage from Arma 3. People are claiming it's between Russia and Ukraine. Oh, go scroll clear back up to the top. The only thing the normie remembers is the first thing and the last thing they read. It's been debunked. Fact check. Yeah, that viral clip that shows video games and not the war between Ukraine, it was false. They debunked it. They fact checked it. Yahoo and USA Today debunked it. No, in small print, what they debunked was that it shows the war and said that it, in fact, shows the video game. So using Orwellian doublespeak at its finest, the normie goes away from this thinking, oh, no, that really shows the war. Yeah, USA Today debunked it when they said right there, not only did they say it's true, it shows video game, not war, between Russia and Ukraine. But that same video game's been used between Hamas and Israel and Pakistan and Afghanistan, did it say? It didn't say where the Pakistani Air Force attack that the video footage was claiming to be depicting where that attack was on, but I think I've seen this elsewhere, and it was supposedly, oh, it hit Afghanistan or wherever, but the same video game, so maybe only 5 countries. If they would tell us where it was supposed to have hit, that would be 6 countries that have been spooked. CIA agents are called spooks. Clowns in action.
I love how he says clowns in action, because you know what, the clown thing is I don't know if you guys have noticed it, and I try to share it with you and other people, and they've been using clowns as advertising for the clown show. Seriously, I've been seeing the clowns using commercials. It is clowns in action. Not only it's a clown show, but it is clowns in action, and they're showing you clowns all over the place. I'm serious. I don't know if you guys have picked up on that. I have tried to cover that a few times, but there's some other channels that have covered it a lot. I'm trying to think of who. Some people I just don't watch that much, but I think that James True covered one on the clowns, and maybe Jay Dreamers or somebody did on the clowns, because the clown thing is playing around. It's a clowns in action. So why I'm covering this, and you're probably wondering, why did I bring this into what I was talking about earlier, is because this is a setup for what's about to take place. The missiles that orb in that guy's video, that Steve Oatley, he's changed his name. It was Patriot something, and he's changed his name a few times, and I don't know, but I told you, when I seen an orb and it said missiles, oh boy. And then what Brian, a minute after, I need to go through this video, and I want to show you guys the stormtroopers in his other video. So it's important to just hang in there, but I want to show that one video of the crosses of the beginning of the video on your channel. I think the one with the crosses, that's going to tie the 24th here. That's flipping me out, and for multiple reasons, because I just played a video from Steve Fletcher 22 that says, hey, everything's lining up to the Skull and Bones 322. The Georgia Guidestones, the 666 day. I mean, it's getting too deep. You'd have to watch the video, okay? Because I could sit here and throw all the stuff, but it wouldn't mean anything unless you just watch the video where I played it. And I already tried to play it. I just played it for not visuals, but the sound of it earlier, so you guys could understand, in case I couldn't get up here to explain what I'm trying to explain. Because I'm having a hard time breathing. The spiritual check is so bad last night. I'm just hoping that I can move out of my house in one piece with all my animals, my children, and get the hell out of here, because it's amping up. And I'm not sure what it is, but I can tell you that, yeah, it's all kinds of things. It's everything. It's everything. I got to get out of my house. I'm being forced out of my house, but I need to get out of my house because the forests are dark in here anyways. So something's up. And yeah, and all the above of why I'm being shown these things, why I'm finding, why these inner orbs and energies have entered my life, why I'm being shown on my cameras, why they've been shooting into me. This has been happening for 4 years now, and it went away when I asked them to go away, and then they just amped up as of August. And yeah, there's a lot of reasons why it has, and it's the towers. It's opening up the spiritual realms. It's the portals that they open. CERN just did a wicked thing. I've got videos on that. I can't even believe what CERN just did. And this happens to be on the 16th or 17th, just a few days ago. What CERN just performed 2 little wicked little stunts there. So yeah, what's going on? And the animal thing. I think I threw off of the animal thing. Animals are going wild too. And there was some lemurs in a petting zoo in Georgia here yesterday that attacked this little boy out of the blue. And it was very odd, because I've been reporting on these animals doing that, and there's something up. I'm telling you, they're tuning in things. They're using these frequencies, and they're not good. So you got to get away from them. You got to block the beast system. And I'm running for the hills. I've got to run for the hills, because I might not even have time for that. I might just be stuck here, because let's just get through the next couple of days, and I'll be happy. but I'm not so sure about that. I was just shown the orb with the missiles. When he said missiles, and what I just told you, Russia, Putin just pulled out, and he's practicing a nuclear plan. He's moving his family into Slovakia, or I don't even know where. Don't quote me. I'll play the video later if I remember. All right. So unfocused. Let me kind of continue, guys. I'm focused, but I get thrown off.
Spooked 6 countries in 10 months, if you do the math. That was very recently with the same video game. 6 countries, 10 months, 1 video game. And since the dumbass normies or average man bear pig or whatever you want to call them won't wake up when they're using video game footage that frequently to spook the cattle and make them stampede towards each other, they're resorting to throwing in stormtroopers. Maybe they'll notice that. Here comes the stormtroopers. Bring on the stormtroopers. I'm going to block it till they bring on the stormtroopers. There we go. Here's some stormtroopers. Don't want to show you any other graphic video game images or anything, so that's why I blocked it until they showed just the stormtroopers. Now we're going to zoom in on some stormtroopers. Oh! How did I rewind it too far again? Hold that thought. Zooming in on some stormtroopers. Okay, this time you know I'm not zoomed in too far or rewound too far, and we'll just watch some stormtroopers. This one here is supposed to be another one that's in flames. I'll bring that to your attention. There's his buddy. Yeah, he's still flaming. Flaming.
It's not that clear right there, but clear enough. The greatest show on earth. Okay, this is a dream that I told you guys. I've been telling you guys for years now on my other channel about my stormtrooper dream. It was so frightening. The second dream that I had that imprinted in my mind in the last 4 years that I was pretty frightened about. The stormtroopers coming down. This is it. This is the stormtroopers. This is what I've been shown. And here it is. They are using these clowns, these stormtroopers. Like this is so funny. It's this part of their magic, their illusions. That's what I'm getting at. So this is part of the illusion. Like I said, the world's a stage, an illusion, right?
And remember, that's just not some guy on YouTube posting something or some social media. That's their official news network, the Small Hat News Network.
All right, and then Ilea says, someone in chat mentioned Zelensky's music video. I had to look at it. Oh my God, it's disturbing. Much love, Fugel fam. I have not, somebody sent that to me too. I saw the thumbnail for it. I did not watch it yet. Again, he was an actor, is an actor. I mean, you don't just stop being an actor. So I always think about that when I see the headlines like, oh, he made everybody cry at the speech.
You don't say.
He's probably done that plenty of times. Bloop. It says President Putin said that the Russian army operation was developing according to the plan and that it would get worse if the Ukrainians do not accept surrender terms. So I kind of agree with the whole thing where they have not pushed it.
I need pieces of some more fact checking things together, but I kind of want to go over that to this part. And it is good research and all, but I want to move along to where I wanted to see this part in this video. Statesboro, Georgia. Look what's going on. Wow, I'm not the only one that's seen this. Well, imagine that, because anybody that looks up can friggin' see that the clouds have layers. layers meaning one layer moves and one layer doesn't. And I pointed this out 4 years ago. I made videos on my channel. My family thought I was crazy. I'm like, how does one layer move and one and the other doesn't? It really baffles me. Opposite directions too. Opposite. I filmed everything mainly right here where I'm talking, right in this vicinity. So I know where I filmed it. Filmed it right there. So, and I've seen this so many times. But here again, I'm reiterating things that just for the normies out there that watch my channel and think, oh, this is so outrageous. You know what? You guys are so outrageous. You normies out there that can't see things that are so outrageous and so in your face.
Where he clearly shows there's 2 layers of clouds moving in different directions, or more accurately, possibly that one is stationary and the other is moving. Or it could be that, anyway, let's watch, because many of you have seen this and noticed it, so it's nice for the moral support. And with those 2 layers of sky can be created the greatest of illusions you could ever imagine to do the greatest show on Earth.
That is absolutely spectacular. Dawn J. out of Statesboro, Georgia. She noticed what looked like a stationary cloud up here that was linear in nature, and the lower clouds were moving at a much faster pace than the clouds up above. Shelley's UFO out of San Fernando Valley, California.
Did you see that? He goes on to say someone drew a baseball with some threads. Right there, I see the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. The Great Reset.
Yep, the Great Reset. You guys, they done this Great Reset multiple times. All right. We could have had free energy. We could have had electric cars back from Thomas Edison. Electric cars, but no. They had to capitalize the Rothschild, the lords, the white lords, to be specific. Okay, so yeah, following the script and scriptures. The world's a stage, and we're all life actors in God's movie. That's what I'm learning. And there's something really to it. Something's really to this. And if you start looking on different levels, like I said, the spiritual realm is very real. And if you can see that, and you use devices that can record things, and you can prove your point, it's even more magnificent. It takes a lot to do that type of research, trust me. In the last few days, I haven't even been that brave enough to do that in my own attacks. I wanted to put a camera in my room last 2 nights, but, when you're going through stuff, the spiritual attack, it's hard. It's hard to cope with, and it's hard to research on it at the same time. So, stating this is another sign right here. This is just like he said. This is a sign. There's all kinds of signs.
My point was, many of us have noticed this. 2 atmospheric layers. This one in the middle is much higher altitude than these ones that are moving beneath it. And often they move in different directions. And so it's nice to just know that it's finally been acknowledged and recognized. And soon they'll have a Wikipedia for it, talking like it's always been that way, and all the normies will just pretend it's always been that way. Just stay in alignment with truth, and you know damn well it ain't always been that way. There's one sky, not 2 skies. But they'll pretend it's always been that way as soon as they show it a little bit more.
And I'm not sure that any of this is really going to matter too much longer. That's the whole point of all this, actually, is that their illusions are cracking. There's a rip in the matrix. The veil has been lifted and is lifting, and they know that was coming. So they just sped up everything because they knew what was coming anyways. So, it's just all the signs are in the heavens, that's for sure.
In fact, that's what James was saying in a recent stream, and it's the 3 phases of truth. He was saying that soon people around you are going to say, oh yeah, we always knew it was a sham and a con and everything. And you're going to be like, no, but you were saying that I should go get, and you were telling me that no, I wasn't. I always knew it was that way. The truth goes through 3 phases. First, it's mocked and ridiculed and laughed at. Ha ha ha, tinfoil hatter. Then It's vehemently and violently opposed. Fuck you, shut up, go take your miracle medical sauce. And third, it's universally accepted as if it was always true. And we're coming to that point where people, all the same people, are just going to act like I always knew it was a scam. I always knew that it was fake, and I always knew this, and I always knew that, including the fact that there's two skies. And that's just how the cattle do. Like the fact that we even see
a cloud up here that was linear in nature, and the lower cloud.
I needed to turn the lighting way down. But we've gotten to the point where they can do skywriting, and 20 years later, the same people that told you were crazy about chemtrails and there is no such thing just go, oh yeah, everyone already knows. Everyone knows that. But like I've shown you in recent videos, possibly they did that gradually over 20 years so that when we got to the point where they had to do solar mitigation, they could do it with a thickness and people don't even question it and just go about their day as if, yeah, everyone always already knew that. Just like everyone knows there's two skies, don't they? Oh no? Give them a minute. That's what they'll act like. But for those of us that have noticed and tried to mention it.
That is absolutely spectacular. Dawn J. out of Statesboro, Georgia. She noticed what looked like a stationary cloud up here that was linear in nature, and the lower clouds were moving at a much faster pace than the clouds up above. Shelley's UFO out of San Fernando Valley, California, got an airplane or two up here drawing in the sky, ultimately creating what looks like a baseball with stitches on it. Not only
Yeah, a baseball with stitches. You're right, because they're gonna have to cover a baseball with stitches, more like a planet with a cratery stitches and everything else, and other stellar cores and moons and all that. You want to know why they're friggin' one layers? Because we're living in illusion. Okay, period. It's all illusion, and the illusion's being broken by what Brian's been showing you, what I've been showing you, Planet X News has been showing you, Dr. Claudia Elvers has been showing you, and many other channels, just to name a few. So what we're saying is we got a binary star system out there, and they've been spraying us like cockroaches to keep everything under control. The people buying their $100,000 cars, spending, oh yeah, we're going to spend money on this is such a this is so crazy. They're saying they're spending money on infrastructure. I can tell you the roads have been the worst that I've been seeing in all across the United States. I'm watching people's live streams that are driving and stuff. The roads are terrible. I look at my roads and I'm wondering, where's the money? Where's the money going? Oh, guys, this is all illusion. They've been living life right at the end to the best that they could with all the illusions going, and keeping everybody blinded since it's been a good over since the late 1800s. Okay, so this has been set in place. These great resets, this reset that's happening, yeah, and whoever makes it is going to be. Most of them are tagged, and yeah, it's just that. Yeah, no, I need more knowledge. I need knowledge. I need everything being brought to me is I need it. I need it right now. I need as much, like I said, I'm on here manifesting things because I have a hard time breathing and coping with everything I'm being shown, and then things are even more falling in place of all kinds of things in my life. Hey Lulu, how are you? Thank you so much for being on here, Lulu. So yeah, so here's the thing. When I'm spiritually attacked the way I am, and it's evident, and I have orbs in my video to prove that what I'm saying is correct. They're like communicating with me. Yeah, it's intense because things that have been being shown to me for a while has brought me to this point where I have to come on social media, on YouTube, and explain my story because this is what I'm being led to do. And it manifested to this way because it slowly started manifesting to where my life instantly changed when I began to come on this platform because things were manifesting already, but I just brought them to the plate, if that makes any sense, of putting it out there and then connecting to a lot of other people that has similar things. I mean, we all have like a piece of this puzzle. Like I said, there's when you have channels out there that are allowed to have 50 to 80,000 people on there, and I see the production can be either as bad as your phone, or it can be really great production. That does not matter. However, what they want out there, and they leave us up there because they're watching certain one of us, and that was apparent when they did the little cleanup. When YouTube did a little cleanup a year ago, and Chiden came in, and I contemplated, but nope, no way. Once I step in, I was in. So like, they kept many of us up here for reasons of watching us. They know who we are. As like I said, they know who we are. All right, I'm ready. I will do that. So here's the thing. So here's this. Like I said, I'm being shown things. We got this system up here. They spraying like this in this circles because they can't hide what's up there. As they're having a hard time, right? So that's apparent. Okay, so they're really full on spraying, right? Okay, what's this about? Oh yeah. Here's some more truth. Oh, they're really not gonna like this one. I'm not gonna go in this video. Hold on. Something that he says here. Hold on. This video is good, but I'm not going to go there. Okay. So Brian, let me see on your if you have that video on your channel. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm just doing some research as in live time, Some pretty incredible skies there. Oh, the forest horse of apocalypse. That's interesting. There's been some interesting things I haven't talked about in my life. The one that's really tying me to Billy Cooper. Okay, it has to do with a girl that I worked with a long time ago. And I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out if he had a daughter. That's all I want to know is if he had a daughter, oh my gosh, this thing is deep.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back.
Look at this.
I want to put a disclaimer on this video. This is deeply disturbing for those of you with weak hearts. Don't watch this. Get the kids out of the room. This is for mature audiences only. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I was making a video for Halloween of this creepy face on the sun. And you can see the two eyes, a little mouth here. And as I was making this video, I noticed something else. So I'm going to put this into motion. Now take note of this date. This is September 6th of 2017. This is just 2 weeks before the Revelation 12 star alignment in the sky. Now did you see that? Something came from the right and blocked out the sun. Then it goes up and reveals the sun again. So we'll go back one more time. All right, you can see that that object went up on that pass. So first, it comes from the right. All right. So from the beginning of that, it started at, let's say, 6:20. Let's go one more frame here. 6:20. Here's half of the sun covered up. Now, a lot of people think that there's the aperture is closing and the satellite's turning 90 degrees and then the aperture reopens. Well, if it was an aperture, there'd be a straight line here. And as you can see, this is very jagged. So something, looks like a black cloud or something, is moving across the sun here. So this darkness starts at 6:21 and lasts until 7:10, roughly about 7:10, where it starts to expose the bottom half of the sun. Here again, there's a jagged line. There's no straight black line going across this. So I think this is an object crossing in front of our sun for a full 50 minutes. So while I was studying from this image to the next, oops, right there, while I was looking in between this image and this image, something happened. And my computer froze up with this image right here. I mean, you can clearly see 2 eyes, the nose, the mouth, broken teeth, an evil grin.
I mean, if that don't scare you, I don't know what would. But I was frightened when I seen this, and what he's saying. This lines up with Revelation. I mean, I don't know the Bible, but I'm listening to the scripture, and I'm watching. That's how Planet X came to me, and it's like this timeline of these 4 years, and all of certain Skywatchers, certain people like him and myself, and certain people. We all came to this on this timeline, and he is studying this and captures, and it just hits it. That was meant to be. You cannot tell me that is not meant to be, and it gets more incredible than that. Because Brian, it's his birthday. It's really incredible. Okay, half good, half evil. Yeah. So, I can believe that they just deleted your comments. And no notification, of course. Nobody was getting notifications. I don't even know if you were just on YouTube and see me live. That's the only way you would have seen me, because they're not doing it. Because obviously I am on a naughty list, and they're watching me. So they're watching me to make sure that I'm obeying, which I'm not good at. So I'm just telling you guys, you know. So yeah. So. They're doing that to me on comments on me on other channels. So that I don't, yeah, they're censoring all kinds of us, and I couldn't believe it either, because that I was warned about the other night from another channel that I've had up here, and she and I were talking through chat, and she's been having hers deleted, and they might get deleted, I think, the next day, another channel. So it's bullshit in the chat log, and I'm talking about this spiritualism. I'm talking about what I'm seeing, and because he's saying no, there's no spiritual realm, and I'm thinking, what are you talking about? And then YouTube's deleting my comments about that. It was really wild. I got really pissed. Okay, so again, let me go back to his video. I know that he published this November 14th, 2018, but this is timestamped October.
And my computer froze with that image on it.
The 17th.
And it freaked me out. So I had the wherewithal to grab my camera and take a couple of shots of my computer of this face. So look at that for a minute, you guys. That's the sun. That is an actual image of the sun.
That is so wicked. Okay, that is just
pretty
freaky.
Freaky.
This is not the only time.
So let's go back here a little bit. So in between this, and I can't recapture that image. Some kind of divine intervention stepped in and went from here to here and exposed that picture I just showed you of this right here. Now, if something did that, that's trying, I take that as something's trying to tell me that this is a real image, that there's more to it than just two eyes and, you know, looking like a face on the sun, that maybe the sun here is a big giant demon. Maybe like Satan, the light bearer, possibly. This thing does bear light. It's got a demon looking face on it. And wouldn't this be considered maybe a lake of fire? Yeah. So now back to this. So as I was watching this, I saw it, and it's doing all sorts of stuff. Look at it, the little smile twinkling here. These are the X flares that came off the sun from that. And this all happened in the September 6th time frame. So let's go back to this one here. Now, note the date on this. This is also September 6th. And I've shown you this video before of this object moving in and going around the sun and coming out. But something I didn't see before is this solar flare. If you look in this solar flare, there's a black object here and another one in here. I'll put it into motion here, and they're moving back out this way. See this one down here? You see this one up in here? Two objects that just went around the other side of the sun. This is the back side of the sun, by the way, looking towards Earth. So something just went around and is heading out. You can see one of them right here and one of them right here. So I believe there were two objects that passed in front of our sun. The first one going from the right to left, the other one going more up and down. And as we go out, they leave, and this object starts to enter the screen. And I've shown you these objects moving in retrograde to each other, and it goes back around behind the sun. And that's between us and the sun right now. This angle is from the backside of the sun. Then as it reemerges, boom, all right. So from here, we're at the 9th at 1724. Then we got a missing frame. Then now we're at the 10th at 124. So we missed 8 hours. There's 8 hours of missing footage from this event. Now, if you take a look here, you can see here's another object leaving. You can see the solar flare draping over it, draping around it. Most of these flares come straight out. They don't arc and go over something. It looks like there's another object maybe right here, enveloped in some coronal mass ejection here. Then, as that passes, out comes this object and another solar flare. Here is this object. It's a black round planet with what look like red wings coming off the sides here, looking like Nibiru. Then the frame after that, whoops, bear with me. Right here, you can clearly see here is an object in the background here. The solar flare is draping over this object. Here is a conduit of material or plasma that it's sucking off of our sun into this. You can make out a damage ring or an impact zone here on this planet. And this one's sitting out in front of it here. So, if the sun is the light bearer, or Satan possibly, and this thing is extracting material and killing our sun, could this possibly be our new kingdom? It's much bigger than the sun. It has other planets rotating around it. It's dark, so you can't see it. It's hidden, so it's hard to see. Maybe cloaked for protection from other entities. I mean, we might be possibly looking at this as our new kingdom, and it's coming here to attack the sun, which is Satan, or the lake of fire. Let's go back just a tad bit right here. So
can you imagine that, guys? That would be the children of the sun, you know, I mean, it's hard to say that if they've known this, maybe our moon is tied into with these other moons and it comes through, and I don't know, it rearranges everything. I don't know. Because like I'm saying, I'll show you guys this plasma apocalypse, the theory of Jay Dreamer, his channel, and he's written book about it, and he has his website about it, and he has his theories about it. And that I don't know. I just feel like that we're being shown these signs. There's no doubt, and their cover up and illusions it's about over. So I'm just I don't know, guys. I got another video for you, but I was going to just say that this was the 9th of September 2017. Now this is where my awakening, mine was just at this time. This is when it happened. And I was shown about, I didn't know anything about Planet X. No, it just all manifested and was brought to me on my plate. And then what really was magnificent is when my brother died at his desk, when his head hit the ground desk, he had a name for his son written down named Percival. And that means to me, Percival Lowell, meaning the founder of Planet X, supposedly, Lowell Observatory. So, okay, so that face is so wicked. It's really that deep. Okay, so. Oh, the Mark of God. Are you still here, Brian? It's the Mark of God video that I wanted to play, but I don't know if you would like me to play that video or not. Or would it be okay? Hey, Kat, you want to come up here? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on, Kat. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is my good girl. This is Kat. Yeah, she used to sit with me with all my streams in the past. So she's 13 years old now. And she's just getting over her cat corona. So I don't know if you guys can see her. But yeah, she's my sweet baby. You see? Mm-hmm. Love you. She loves being here with me. She's very connected to me. Yes. All right. So I don't know if Brian's still here. So I will wait to hear back from you, Brian. So here's the video then that I want to share with you guys really quick. And I gotta go because I'm not sure if I'm getting a headache or what's going on. But I'm not feeling the best all of a sudden. Yes, sweetie, hold on. Yeah, I have lots of tiger stripes. Yep, I have two tiger striped, one orange, full gingy. And I just lost my other tiger stripe, but she had white paws and white chest. She was beautiful. Yeah, I love my tigers. Oh, tigers, sweet. You're such a sweetie. Okay, I love my cats. I'm a cat girl. Gal. Yeah, I love my dogs too. What? My dog, I have a Dalmatian, and we got her for my daughter wanted a Dalmatian for Valentine's. Almost 4 years ago. 4 years ago, and she got she got all the love she could take, and she cannot get enough love. She has all kinds of attention. She has animals, kids. She just never can get enough, but she's really mouthy. So I have a Dalmatian that is high maintenance, really high maintenance. She's very sensitive to frequencies, I think, and I'm hoping when I move from here, she'll change because it just is abnormal. I've never seen a dog that acts so wild. Tiger kitties have the most interesting markings, same stripes on both sides. I know, right? I know. Isn't that amazing? Yep, I love them. She does. She has a unique look, and she look at her. She has when she sits, she looks like a queen because she has her sternum or something. I don't know. So this is how she sits. She's very queen-like. So she is the queen bee of the cats. She definitely is the oldest too. All right, I'm gonna get back to this, and then I'm out of here. Or seek that knowledge. Need to be led to that knowledge. Yes. Sometimes I'm just, like I said, downloaded or led. Yeah, sometimes I see it, but I'm not connecting. I see it, but I'm not quite sure, or I'm being distracted. As there's a lot of distractions, right? So that's why I'm when I see them, I'm like when I came on here earlier, I was very emotional because I opened up some emails that just connected things that I was just like, oh, like that was heavy. I played it all out live. So that was really intense for me. When I just got downloaded the information that I wasn't able to open until something told me, I was actually watching a tarot reading. And this tarot reader, my mom connected with her when she was buying my daughter and I a bunch of jewelry, rocks, like necklaces and things like that. And it was a gem show. So she met a tarot reader that's actually on YouTube, does tarot readings from Michigan. So I was watching her. And she told me that I needed, not me, but her readings were saying that it was in general. It wasn't for any one particular sign or anything. She was just saying for like this energy right now. Like you either gonna sit stalemate, like I said, or you're gonna go for these things that might be a little scary, uncomfortable, but you need to go down those roads and keep going because you're on the right path. Something to that effect, and you just got to do it. It might. And I was like, oh, because I'm like struggling, last couple of days, big time on all this. So in my own personal life and stuff of what and things to do. So when I open these emails that somebody told me to open and just deal with it because I'm being attacked, but I was like, get a little break to kind of maybe start dealing with a few things I need to deal with for the day. And that's where I became on here. That's where I was led to be on here and show you guys what I have shown you and talk about it. So that's all I know. I know, you know what, Lulu? I am. You know what I'm going to do? I feel so bad because I've helped so many of these cats in my neighborhood and all the birds, I feed all the birds too, but all the cats in this neighborhood, my neighbors next door take care of them, but they take care of them in a different way because I feed them all like the dry food and they feed them all the like wet food, pate. And, and they give them spoon, feed them and they do it in a different way. I don't have time for that. And I'm not going to do that. I'll just give it to them at once and be done with it. My kids, we fill it up multiple times a day, morning and night, and a big bowl for all the cats in the neighborhood to come and eat, the stray cats. So what I'm going to do is I have a Costco membership, thanks to my mother getting me one. I can go when I get my portion of what I'm supposed to get, not what I'm supposed to get, but what I'm being given for my house. So yeah, I'm going to buy a bunch of food and I'm going to buy a bunch of dry bags of food, the biggest I can at Costco, and stock them up so I don't have to worry about the cats not getting fed. Now they just have to feed them, which I would hope they would do that. So I think they will. So then I'm still helping these animals because I feel so responsible. I have 6 of them. I have 6 cats already for taking them in since the pandemic. Because each 4 children and each one wanted a kitten, so I already had her, and I rescued some, and some have died or moved on or whatever. A few were not in great health. So, anyways, I do what I can do. I've helped animals my whole life. I've saved animals in the middle of the night on a road, driving home one night, a cat. And I didn't know I kind of seen it, but his guts were hanging out. So I grabbed it, I took my jacket off and grabbed it, and I brought it home, and it was actually having babies. Feral cat. Oh wow, that was a challenge. Having a feral cat that's not used to being anywhere in the house. It was really interesting. Climbing the curtains, but I rescued it and the babies. So that was a good story. So I do what I can. I've rescued lots of animals. Right, cat. So anyways, guys, I'm going to the video now. Okay. Yeah, I love animals, and that what bothers me about this lemurs, this guy in petting zoo in Georgia I just spoke about earlier, this little boy got attacked. His head was bleeding, and it's a petting zoo with lemurs. Well, the owner was there too. He said he was right behind them when this happened. So I don't know what made these things do it, but maybe a frequency in somebody's pocket and towers or people being targeted. You never know. I'm just saying, like, I'm seeing this a lot. I showed you a video last week of a dog at a rescue. It just out of the blue, a sweet dog named Gladys attacked the owner, caretakers out of the blue, and she died. It's like awful. And I'm not sure what's going on. Heartbreaking. Yeah. Yeah, I know, she does. And she heals me. This cat has brought me back, all my cats. My cats saved me from, I'm alive because my children and my cats. These last few years, and I wrote them out on this platform, were so rough that if it wasn't for my cats, I wouldn't be alive. And my kids, because they help, obviously, my children, and then my cats second. So, yeah, and they at one point, I had 7 cats laying on me on every chakra, laying on me, sleeping on me. Yeah, I let my cat sleep on me. She'll sleep on me no matter which way I'm laying. Yesterday she was sitting me like that because I was trying to protect my heart. So I was feeling very microwaved and attacked last night. So she sleeps right on my up here if I'm like laying flat down on my stomach. So yeah, she's really something, you know. And my dog, she's too big to be in the bed. She would love to be in the bed, but I had to kick her out a long time ago. She is a big girl. She's a big Dalmatian. So, I'll take my cats. So, anyways, guys, all right. So here we go. This is what's going on, and look at this is just coinciding with the next few days. I found this just mind blowing. I'm not going to say anything because I can't, but I'm just going to play the video. This is Steve Fletcher 222. You guys should definitely subscribe to him.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with A Trumpet for My People, March 21st, 2022. And we have a very critical update for you about tomorrow and the 23rd, March 22nd and March 23rd. Very important information. Okay, something that had totally gotten by me. I had never seen this in the Strong's Concordance. Someone brought this to my attention, and it's just unbelievable. I mean, we've got the reign of the Antichrist is 42 months. Okay, so 42 is a number that is connected to the Antichrist based on the 42 months that he is given to continue. All right, now tomorrow, March 22nd, 2022, is the 42nd year anniversary of the Georgia Guidestones. Okay, top left hand corner of this screenshot, March 22nd, 1980, 42 years, March 22nd, 2022. 42 years. 42 is a number connected to the Antichrist based on the 42 months. Okay. And I had never seen this in the Strong's Concordance, but look at this 42. Abinoam, my father is delight, is the father of Barak. Okay. Can't make this up. The father of Barak. March 22nd, 322, 42nd year anniversary of the Georgia Guidestones, Skull and Bones, 322. Okay, that's the first portion of this.
Okay, one thing I want to say is it's officially 322 of 2022. So, whoa. Okay, it's 1:15 a.m. Sorry, love. You're going to be right there, okay? So yeah, I'm just saying, here it is. It's 322. It's 1:15 a.m. Be very vigilant, and I don't know, it's going to be some interesting energies today. We'll see what happens, if anything, but it just, let me finish this out.
Information. Now, second piece of information. We know that Event 201 happened before the pandemic became a global pandemic on March 11th, 2020. There was Event 201 that happened on October 18th, 2019. Event 201, they planned ahead of time the protocols that they were to follow, that they would follow in the event of a global pandemic. So before a global pandemic came, they planned it out. This was also began exactly on the 70th birthday of Israel, May 15th, 2018. Clade X, a pandemic exercise. Okay, so you have Clade X, a pandemic exercise. You have Event 201, two different events, two different pandemic exercises that were carried out, leading us to the day everything changed, March 11th, 2020, the day that the World Health Organization declared coronavirus a global pandemic. Okay, now, how do we see all of this connected between Clade X, Event 201, and March 11th, 2020? From Clade X, May 15th, 2018, to the day that the pandemic was declared, March 11th, 2020, 666 days. Okay. But there's more that I recently saw as I went back to the 70th birthday of Israel, and I wanted to connect the 70th birthday of Israel to where we are watching now, March 22nd, 2022. And what do you know that from the Clade X exercise, which is connected to Event 201, which is already connected by 666 days to the day the pandemic began, it's connected by 201 weeks to March 22nd, 2022. Clade X, a pandemic exercise, Event 201. From Clade X, 201 weeks to March 22nd, 2022. So this was the day in 2013 when Barack Obama went into the Church of the Nativity, defiled this holy place, which is the birthplace of Jesus Christ, signed an agreement with Israel called the Unbreakable Alliance, March 22nd, 2013. The day he left Israel, he went to Petra, Jordan on March 23rd, 2013. Okay? So you have the abomination event, and then you have the fleeing into the wilderness. Okay? This is all pre-programmed, leading us to this time frame that we're watching. I mean, I don't know how we can ignore all of this information. The 42nd anniversary of the Georgia Guidestones. 42, the father of Barack. Clade X to a global pandemic, 666 days. Clade X to March 22nd, 2022, 201 weeks, just like Event 201. The day of the abomination. And then Obama went to Petra, Jordan, which is a symbol of those who will flee into the wilderness during the time of the tribulation. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you. All of this information, we are right now coming up upon this time. Today, the news came out that Vladimir Putin has ordered a nuclear evacuation drill, has moved his entire family out of Russia into secret bunker cities in Serbia. Okay, and so this is right on the verge, right on the edge of what could become a nuclear World War III. Okay, well, is this all connected to the biblical revelation and the biblical understanding of when the Antichrist will come back on the scene to take control of the world after the rapture of the church? Okay, so this is what I am wanting to share with all of you. I will leave all of the links for you of my previous information in the description box. I pray you are blessed and I pray you are ready. The rapture of the church is imminent. I believe we are in our final moments before the rapture of the church and the beginning of the Great Tribulation. I pray you are all blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people.
Oh, yep. So, guys, maybe there is something to this all, after all, because, and the sun, like I just showed you from Brian's channel, that sun, it's telling it, yeah, I believe it's coming back. And maybe that's what they're saying, the takeover. I don't know. There's something to this, everything. They have to tell us. I'm trying to read between the black and white, right? So, yeah, all right. Well, I just want to let you guys know that's all I pieced together for the day. But yeah, there's a lot of information I put it through here, and I hope it all makes sense in some form or fashion. And thanks for being here. I'm getting back to emails. I'm trying to get to it. Man, last couple of days have been so rough for me. I just have to take it in little spurts as I get it, because it's just, everything can be very overwhelming. So I have to like just go with the flow, ride the wave as it comes. So guys, I appreciate you guys watching me and listening to what I have to say. So that means a lot. Thank you so much. And of you guys, and the ones that I'm connecting to, just keep connecting. And I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's slowly but surely, I'm getting back to everybody and trying to connect. It's just I'm throwing a lot. So last night was rough. So hopefully the spiritual attacks are not bad when I leave here, because last night they started on me as I was streaming. So I think that if I plugged in my cameras right now, like Brian has shown you on his channel, and I have shown you his videos where there were angels and demons can attack you, sleeping, awake, praying, you name it. So that's what's been happening to me, I believe, because I felt it. I felt it. It was very real last night. It was very real when I was ending my stream yesterday and what I was talking about. And then Saturday I had that orb in the video. That was the only video that I know that how do I know there's not orbs and there's more in my around me and I'm just not recording them? So that's what I'm saying, guys. So I'm just being led and steered these ways. So good night, guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. Much love and light, and get some sleep and keep being the change that you guys want to see. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stay my path, because there's so much dark forces around me and people working against me. You know, I feel like there's a lot going on. So I just kind of keep doing what I've been led to do. And we're all connected for a reason. And it means that we are on the good vibe tribe. So that's all I know. All I know is that I'm dying trying, and I know who I am, and I'm righteous. That's what you just have to be, you know. And look, I have a connection with animals and people. I know I'm intense for some people, but I'm not intense for you guys, because that's why we're meant to connect. There's something really magnificent why they've left us like this. Yeah, they're censoring us, but they're keeping us in our little circles for reasons. And I see how this working, and I see the difference between certain people and certain channels versus many of others, and what other people think, and their more importance of all this puzzle. So if that makes sense. Yep. Glad to be on your side too, Lulu. Team humanity, guys. All right. Good night. I love you guys, and we'll talk soon.